Good morning, students. So today I am going to tell you about the position of the sun and the earth during the winter solstice, summer solstice and equinox, because there has been several queries regarding the position of the sun and the earth during these times and dates. Along with this, I will also be solving two numericals regarding calculation of time. So let us begin. Now here is the earth, and right now I am going to start with the summer solstice. Now summer solstice is the position when the sun is in the northern hemisphere and its direct rays are falling on the Tropic of Cancer. So as I draw, I will also be explaining how the days are longer when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. So let us first start with the perpendicular. Now one must understand the perpendicular should go straight and the axis of the earth should cross the central part of the circle. The equator should also be intersecting at the center. So here we have the 0 degree latitude. Here we have the Tropic of Cancer. Here we have the Tropic of Capricorn. So I am writing over here 23.5 degree north. Here I am writing 23.5 degree south. And the sun's rays are falling now on the Tropic of Cancer. So I have drawn it with red. And the sun's rays are falling on Tropic of Cancer, and the earth's northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. So all places in the northern hemisphere will be having longer days and shorter nights. And beyond the 66.5 degree north, the sun will not set. That is why we say that in Norway, it is a time when even during the midnight, Norway is having sunshine. Why? Because Norway is beyond, a part of Norway is beyond the 66.5 degree north. That is why Norway is known as the land of midnight sun. That is, the sun can be visible even at midnight. Here we have the South Pole, and this is the 66.5 degree south. So here we can see, due to the sun being on the Tropic of Cancer, all places in the northern hemisphere is having longer days and shorter nights. Now if I shade this part, it will make it clear for you that how the northern hemisphere is having longer days and shorter nights. So this is the shaded part. You must be seeing that here we have shorter nights, longer days. As we go further, still longer, shorter nights and longer days. Still further, very short night, longer day, and beyond the 66.5 degree north, the sun never sets. So just the opposite is happening in the southern hemisphere. Now when we are having, we means people who are in the northern hemisphere, when they are having summer, the southern hemisphere is having winter. So you can see over here, they are having longer nights and shorter days. Still longer nights as we go towards the higher latitude and very short day. And beyond the 66.5 degrees south, the sun never rises. So the south pole, this part, remains dark for nearly 5 to 6 months. So this is how the position of the earth is on 23rd of June. So I will write over here summer solstice. This is the position of the earth when it is experiencing summer solstice. I hope I have made myself clear. Let us now start with the position of the earth when it is having winter. That is how when the northern hemisphere is having winter and the southern hemisphere is having summer. Now let us begin with the second diagram, and that is winter solstice. Now when the summer season, we have the sun in the Tropic of Cancer. When we are having winter, that is the northern hemisphere is having winter, the sun has shifted towards the Tropic of Capricorn. That means the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun and the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. That is why it is having winter. Now how are we to draw the diagram and show the position of the earth and the sun during the winter solstice? That is what I am going to explain right now. So here we go. So I will write winter solstice, that is the time when the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. In the same manner as I had done previously, I will first draw the perpendicular. I will draw the equator halfway. I will be drawing the axis, and all the three will be intersecting at the center. Please ensure. I will be drawing the Tropic of Capricorn. Here we will be having the Tropic of Cancer. Now in order to ensure a proper position of the earth and the sun during the winter solstice, please ensure that this time the sun's rays should be shown from the left. Previously, when the sun was shining on the Tropic of Cancer, I showed the sun's rays from my right side. Now it should be shown from the left. So right now, the sun's direct rays are falling on Tropic of Capricorn, and all places beyond the equator in the southern hemisphere will experience longer days and shorter nights. Let's see how. Here we have the 66.5 degree latitude. Here we have the 66.5 degree southern latitude, and I am going to shade this part. Now can you see the difference? Since the Tropic of Capricorn is tilted towards the Sun, all places beyond the equator is having longer days and shorter nights. Longer days and shorter nights. Still longer days and shorter nights as we go towards the higher latitudes in the southern hemisphere. And beyond the 66.5 degree latitude, the sun never sets, while just the opposite is happening in the northern hemisphere. All places beyond the 66.5 degree north is in darkness. So, nearly 5 to 6 months, the sun never rises in the northern hemisphere during the winter solstice, while here in the southern hemisphere, the sun never sets beyond the 66.5 degree latitude in the south. That is the Antarctic Circle. So, this is the position of the Earth during the winter solstice. I hope I have made myself clear in this, and for your benefit, I will also write over here again 23.5 degree north, 0 degree, 23.5 degree south, Antarctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree south. Now moving on to the equinox. Now during these 2 days, the sun's direct rays are falling on the equator, and the days are 23rd of September and 21st of March. And during these 2 days, the circle of illumination touches both the poles, that is the North Pole and the South Pole, because at this position, the inclination of the Earth's axis does not have any effect on the duration of the day and night. So, the Earth is having 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. So, in any position on either side of the hemisphere, irrespective of any part of the earth, everyone will be experiencing 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. So this is what happens on the equinox, which occurs on 23rd of September, which we call as autumnal equinox, and 21st of March, which we call as spring equinox. So during these 2 days, the sun's energy is falling right on the equator, and as a result, everywhere on the earth, irrespective of whichever hemisphere we are in, there are 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. So moving on to the calculation of time. Here is a question which I have written. Suppose it is 4 p.m. at 30 degree west. Calculate the time at 30 degree east. So we all know that there is a difference of 4 minutes per degree. So 1 degree, there is a difference of 4 minutes. Now, as per the question, first we must draw a 0 degree line. Then the question is 4 p.m. at 30 degree west. So west is always to my left. So I will draw another line where I will write 30 degree west and the time is 4 p.m. And we have to calculate the time at 30 degree east. The eastern longitudes are always to my right. So I will make another line and write 30 degree east longitude, and here we have to find the time. So I will write time and put a question mark. So we have to calculate the time at 30 degree east longitude. Just now I told you 1 degree there is a difference of 4 minutes. So from 30 degree west to 30 degree east, there will be a difference of 30 plus another 30, because here also there is 30. That means it comes to 60 degrees. So 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. So 60 degree will be 4 by 1 into 60 comes to 240 minutes. That means from 30 degree west to 30 degree east, there is a difference of 240 minutes. Please do not forget to write M, that is minutes. Now we have to change this minute into hours. So we all know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Fine. So 240 minutes has to be divided by 60. That comes to 6 4s are 24 into 4 into 0 0. That comes to 4 hours. So now we know there is a difference of 4 hours from the time 4 p.m. to that of 30 degree east. Now we all know that the time in the eastern longitudes are always ahead of the western longitude. So we need to add the time. So 4 p.m. is at 30 degree west plus 4. So it comes to 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. That means at 30 degree east, the time is 8 p.m. So this is the answer. The answer is 8 p.m. So this is how you are supposed to solve this kind of a question where calculation of time is required. Let us now move to the next question. So this is the next question. I'll read it for you first. Suppose the time at 75 degree east is 8 a.m. Calculate the time at 40 degree west longitude. So now the time is given in the eastern longitude and you have to calculate the time of a western longitude. I told you earlier that when we have to find or calculate the time in the west, it will be subtraction. When we go towards the east, it is addition, and when we move towards the west, it is subtraction. So in the same manner, we will make 3 lines. First, we will make the 0 degree. Here is the 75 degree east, because to my right, it is always the eastern longitude. To my left, I have the western longitude, which is 40 degree west. As mentioned earlier, we all know that we have to add this distance to this distance. That means 40 plus 75. So it comes to how much? 115 degrees. So according to the measurement that 1 degree, there is a difference of 4 minutes. So again I am going to write 1 degree there's a difference of 4 minutes. So 115 degree, there will be a difference of 4 by 1 into 150. How much will it come to? 4 5s are 20. 460 minutes. Now this 460 minutes has to be divided by 60. So why are we going to divide it by 60? Because we have to find out in hours and minutes, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So here I will divide 460 by 60. 7 6 are 42. 7 zeros are 0. 7 6 are 42. Left 40. That means 7 hours 40 minutes. So 40 degree west is 7 hours 40 minutes behind to the time, that is 8 a.m., which is at 75 degree east. Now you might find it difficult in calculating time, especially when you have to subtract. So in a rough paper, you make a clock like this: 12, 3, 6 and 9. Okay. Now 7 hours, it's easy. From 8 a.m. you can calculate very easily. It's 8 a.m. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means 1. It is at 1. Suppose the place would have had a difference of 7 hours, it would have been 1 a.m. But it is 40 minutes still less. Now 12, from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, there is a difference of 60 minutes. So when you subtract 40 from 60, you will get 20. That means the time is 12:20 when you subtract 7 hours 40 minutes from 8 a.m. and you will have to write the time as 12:20 a.m. because this place, which is at 40 degree west, is having a difference of 7 hours 40 minutes. So the time at 40 degree west place is 12:20 a.m. So these were a few problems and queries which needed to be addressed. I hope you have understood the topics which I have explained today. So that is what we have enough time for today, and I wish you all the best for your geography exam. Please do well.